Welcome to donning and removing PPE with FIT. PPE stands for Personal Protective Equipment. You will learn the sequence for donning PPEs and removing them. The equipment needed in donning and removing is gloves, which protects your hands from contamination, a gown which protects your skin and clothing, a mask which protects your nose and mouth, and goggles which protect your eyes. When doing this, we recommend that you remove jewelry from your hands and tie up your hair to make the process easier.
To start off, you will begin with the protective gown provided. Also, make sure it doesn't touch the floor or it will get contaminated. Make sure that the gown fully covers the anterior and posterior part of your body. Next, secure the ties around your neck into a bow and not a knot. If you do it into a knot, it will be hard to remove it later on in the process. Next, you will do the same thing to the ties around your waist. The next process is to put your face mask on. Make sure the elastic bands are fit so they will not fall off. Next, make sure the mask is snug and so there are no gaping holes around the mask. If goggles are provided, use them to your advantage. The last process is to select your gloves. Make sure you pick the right size of gloves so you will not be exposed to contamination. Put your gloves on so they fit nice and snug. Also, make sure the gloves extend over the cuff of your gown. After all steps are completed, check and evaluate all the processes that you have completed. Now you are ready to proceed. Removing the PPE is supposed to be done when leaving the room. Remember, everything on the anterior side of your body is contaminated. First, you will take off your gloves. To do this, you will pinch the palm of your hand and pull up. The glove will turn inside out. Keep the contaminated glove in your other hand. To take the other glove off, you will have to put your fingers underneath the cuff of the glove and pull up. Now both gloves are inside out and you can dispose of them. Next, you will take off the gown. You don't have any gloves on, so make sure not to touch anything on the front side of the body. The only non-contaminated part of the gown is the back and the ties. You will first unfasten the waist tie and let it drop. You will pull those two strings forward. Pull away from the neck and shoulders. You will only touch the inside of the gown and pull it off, turning the gown inside out with each arm. Then roll the gown inside out so you are not touching the contaminated parts. Remember to roll away from the body, not next to it. Discard the gown into the disposal. After the gloves and gowns are disposed of, you can take off the mask. The front of your mask is contaminated. Do not touch it. If you're wearing a mask with a string around that goes around your head, pick up the string on the back of your head and pull forward. Now you have learned donning and removing PPE. Remember, do not touch anything contaminated.